Hi, Jamie here. I want to show you today how to do this braided scarf technique. It looks kind of complex to do, and it really isn't once you get the hang of it. But what's hard for me is remembering how to do it from, season to season. Because I do wear scarves, I just don't wear them that often. But I really love this technique. It's something that a gal in a store in Cedar Rapids showed my sister Chris and I how to do a few years ago. And again, I have a really hard time remembering how to do it from time to time. And there's all kinds of YouTube videos on how to do this, but I always have issues and try to get my brain wrapped around it. So I thought, why don't I make my own video, which hopefully will be better for me, and also share it with my friends. So again, super easy, very cute. You can use this technique for summer, well, all seasons, The only thing that I would suggest is, like a big bulky knitted scarf. That's not going to work. It'd be like giant around your neck and you'd look kind of strange. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the sample that I made. And as far as what scarves you can use any fabric scarf. You can see the one I'm choosing right now is pretty wide. It doesn't really matter though because it's all going to get bunched up. It's a little bit longer. Just choose a longer scarf, not something that's super short, otherwise you won't get very much braided area. So just put it around your neck. Just make sure that your tails are kind of even. And then you're just going to loop and tie like you normally would. And that's all there is to it for the first step. Pretty easy so far. So again, you're just always making sure that the tails in the beginning are the same length. This is my left hand. Just keep in mind that this is the hand that's going to do most of the braiding. And you're always going to have one tail in one hand, the other tail in the other hand. So all you do is take your left hand and it's going to go wrapped around this. So I've wrapped it around the front of that. I'm keeping it nice and taut, and then it's going to go down and up through the neck hole. Just like this. So this was in my left hand to begin with. Now it's in my right hand. So I'm going to take my left hand. It's going to go over the front. I'm switching hands. It's going to go down and up through the neck hole. Okay. And then you can kind of start to slide this around up if it's easier. So my left hand, it's going to, and I'm holding taut, it's going to go over the front, down, up through the neck hole. And you can kind of see this braid starting to form. You can see it there. So you can imagine if I wasn't holding it nice and taut, they'd be big poofy braids, and I wouldn't be able to get very many braids and it wouldn't have like the same cool effect. And you can see as you go along, you're going to have one longer tail and one shorter tail. That is fine. You will never be able to tell. It happens every time. So again, taking my left hand, it's going to go over the front, down, and up through the neck hole. All right, so I'm kind of at the point now where I really don't have enough to do anymore. I suppose you could get one more braid in there, but I like this look. This is what I want to do, but you can't just leave it like this because throughout the day as you're walking and moving around, this will get flopped around and it'll start to unravel. So all you need to do, it's super simple. You're just going to tie these into just a simple little, knot, and that's all there is to it. Again, you're going to have a short end and a long end. I'm just taking my long end through the back. See how there's a hole right here? You're just going to poke it up through that hole. And this scarf has these long little braided tails. It's not difficult, it's just kind of tedious to get through that little tight space. So I'm just poking it through and playing with the little tails to get them out, and then I'm going to pull it nice and tight. Sorry for that. All right, so that's all there is to it. And then you can just kind of see I'm kind of making it a little bit more pliable, and you can go through and you can kind of fluff these out a little bit and the tail parts. You can just kind of, like people that have long hair, which I don't, but you have a ponytail, you can kind of do that to your ponytail to make the rubber band kind of tighter. You're doing the same thing with the tail. You can see I'm kind of pulling it and then just arrange it until you get the look that you like. And you could take it off and just do it also, set it on your desk or your dresser while you're doing it. And there's different ways to wear this. I mean, you can wear it so the tails are straight down like this. I like it up like this so the braids more on the side and the tails are on the side. Super easy. I know you're thinking there's no way in heck I'll be able to do that, but you will with practice and hopefully with this tutorial. So I'm going to show you another example. It's the same technique, just a different type of scarf. So let me gracefully slip this off my head. All right, so this is the other scarf. Again, it's wider. As you can see, it's this kind of sheer chiffon type material. It is not my most favorite scarf in the world. It's kind of mature looking. But for this technique, it actually is a very cute result because it is a fluffier, lighter fabric. You'll have a fluffier looking braid. And that's the other thing. If you don't have scarves, don't go out and to a department store and spend a ton of money. You can easily go to like a Gordman's, Walmart, even like Goodwill's and stuff. They have all kinds of scarves that are cute. So don't feel like you have to go out and spend a ton of money. You can, you know, go anywhere. You can actually even go to the fabric store if there's some pretty material, some lighter material that you like. You can buy a yard, half a yard, and make a bunch of scarves for friends. Super easy. You've seen scarves that have like the raw edges to them, especially in the summertime. That would be a fun gift to make for all your friends. So just give it a try. You don't have to spend a lot of money. So same thing, I'm going to put it around my neck, make sure that the tails are long enough, and I will add that this scarf is actually very long, much longer than the other one. So that's another reason that you don't need to make it very taut when you're doing it. It's just because there's a lot of length to get a lot of braid. So it's starting the same way, everything's the same way as you're looping it around your neck. And then left hand is going to go over the front of what I'm holding in my right hand, and then it's going to go down and around and up through the neck hole. So left over the front, down and up through the neck hole. So this was in my left hand, now it's in my right hand. So left hand, down and over the front, up through the neck hole. Left hand, front, down, up through the neck hole. So I'm going to just do this now in silence, so hopefully you can see and watch. So okay, so I'm in at the end. I'm going to leave these little tails. I'm just, again, going to tie these off. Just like that. That's all there is to it. So you can see it's a little bit messier and there's some gaps in here. But again, like I said, this is a very light chiffon material. You can just, while you're wearing it, you could do this. See what I'm doing here? I'm just kind of fluffing these, kind of like what you would do with a ribbon. At Christmas time, you're just kind of fluffing all of this area, making the braids a little bit bigger. If you didn't tie it tight enough at the end, which I did not, I can just go back in and make it a little bit tighter. And I can actually lightly knot this again at the ends so it won't go anywhere since it is a lighter, looser material. But see, this is a little bit different look as far as it being all poofy. And fluffy. So again, you can use lots of different things. Just give it a try, and I hope that you found this helpful and you give it a shot, and you know, post your videos. Other people would like to see how you have done it or what examples you've used in your technique. So I hope that you found this helpful, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.